Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vaidehi and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I show interest in a gazillion things, so you might as well. And today's video is about 10 photoshoot ideas that you can do at home. It's all stuff that you already have at home, so let's get straight into it. The first one is stick stuff on your face. I like to call it that way because that's literally what I do. So in the first one, what I did is we used some one or two pages of a book. We made to color printouts because we didn't want to tear the book off, and then cut out them in very untidy fashion and stuck them on the half side of my face and clicked this picture. And the second one is I used these graph pearls that I had and stuck them on my face to sort of make like pearl freckles, and this is how it turned out. It turned out pretty nice and it went in very well with the caption. Second one is, I think, click pictures with what you have and edit the rest. Because so I'll show you two pictures. One is where I clicked this picture a long time back and it's literally taken on the one corner of my wall in my house, and I had these bouquet of roses that somebody had given to me on that day, and I posed with it and I edited those flower petals, rose petals. You get PNGs, rose petals around it, and it turned out very nicely. I tried to match the color of the bouquet and the rose petals to like as exactly as I could, to make it more sort of not realistic but aesthetically in the same color tone. And then the next one was this one where I used it sari to sort of make it look like a blanket, and then I edited it around my sort of body to make it look like I am the only figure in that one color tone or whatever. I don't know how to explain this, but just like see and you will understand. Okay. So let's moving on to the third one is bubbles. So if you have a bubble blower, it's amazing. You can take such cute pictures with that. We didn't have it, so we made the bubble water with like soap and water, and then we used this straw, cut it in half so that I could balance that one bubble, and then we were like blowing bubbles. We, as in me and my younger brother. So he was taking these pictures because it was really hard to keep the bubbles alive. So I blew a bubble in my hand and then I posed with it. It stayed for like 1 minute and then it burst. So you have to be super patient if you're working with bubbles because they usually burst like, and that's that. The third one is drapes. So you know when you have, and my mom has a lot of saris. Like I think everybody's mom does, and these are like 6 meters of cloth, colored cloth that you can do anything with, as long as your mom doesn't see you doing that, and as long as you keep it back from where you picked it. So I had this white sari and we used it as a background sort of, and we have this pipe in our corridor, so I hung it on that, folded it in half, hung it on that to make it look like it's a background, and then played around with it, tried to pass light through it, and this is what we got. And it's pretty, and so yeah, you can do that too. The next one is using a cloth and sort of moving it around, making motion. So adding motion to pictures is really nice because it looks so beautiful, and it looks like the picture is interacting with you. So, and it takes a while, okay? And all these pictures are clicked on my phone. So this was clicked on burst mode. So I kept twirling the cloth and making sure that I smile and not just focus on twirling the cloth. And then we got this one picture which turned out pretty nicely, and this is what it looked like after an edit. So yeah, you might as well try that. So the next idea is my favorite, which is creating props, and I love making props and sort of DIYing weird stuff. So I made this heart using clay and paper and some colors and food color while we were shooting to give it that runny, bloody look. And then the next one is these earrings, and I think this is the first picture I shot completely on my own because I was like so done, and it was the initial stage of the lockdown, and I was like so irritated by it, and I wanted to do something that's more happier than the content I was creating. So I thought, rainbow. So I took craft paper that I had and I made it into strips because I didn't have lace or satin or ribbons. So if you have ribbons, that's brilliant. That's gonna work more amazingly, like better. So I made these earrings and I put them on. I clicked some nice pictures. It turned out cute and it went in well with my caption. So yay! And then I made this crown, sort of like a mermaid crown. So I love doing cosplays. So if you're somebody who likes, watching shows and sort of recreating it, then just go on Pinterest and YouTube and search for tutorials. There's like a plethora of tutorials out there, and you can find the best one. And most of the times, there are tutorials which are like using minimal stuff that you already have at home. Yeah, that's about it. The next one is colored light. So you have your phone, you have your flash. If you're shooting with your phone, take your mom's phone and put a t-shirt on it, any colored t-shirt on it. So I was doing this red feed and I wanted to have a red light. So I just put my red t-shirt on it. Make sure the t-shirt is not too thick or like knitted or something. It might not be easy to pass light through. So I had this cotton t-shirt, I put it on it, and because it's red light, and then you can balance that light out, to sort of only focus on one part or like one feature in your face or in your hands or like some hand movement, and it's gonna look brilliant. The another thing I did with flash was put a sort of spherical thing on it, like a cardboard spear on it. Spear? A cardboard cutout circle on it so that it passed circular light, and I clicked these pictures and it turned out really, really nice. The next one is a very recent one which I did, and I wanted to have fog in my pictures, but I didn't want an edited one because you get fog PNGs, but they're like so weird. I mean, they're like black and colored and like not just doesn't look very natural. I'm not a very big fan of like editing stuff into the picture. I just use it to like balance out my backgrounds or add some accents, all of that. Anyway, so I had a dhoop thing. I don't know what that's called, but this thing where you keep dhoop, and my mom uses that. So when my mom wasn't home, this is very important. My mom wasn't home. She had gone for grocery shopping, and me and Yash, my younger brother, my partner in all the photography. Anyway, so we put a dhoop inside it and created a lot of dhua, and then we played around with it. So initially it burns, okay, it burns like fire wala burns, but it looks very pretty. So we clicked these pictures then I blew it off, and then we had a lot of dhua. And then and he was using his phone's flash to sort of put the light in because we were shooting around 6 or 7 o'clock, so we didn't have natural light. And that again, the background that you see, it's the sari from a previous shoot because I wanted to use that same color tone throughout 6 pictures. So I tried to use the same sari as a background and also as that mattress thingy. Anyway, so that dua thing was nice. And while you're editing your pictures, make sure you don't dehaze them a lot, or dehaze them a lot, otherwise you will lose all the dua and you will get this sharp images which you don't want. You want that dua to be there. And make sure you hold the sort of duparat. We call it duparat, I'm gonna call it duparat. Closer to the camera so that there's more dua around the camera and not mainly your face, because you want it to be seen in the pictures. Also, one thing, I mean, we didn't do it that nicely, but if you have a white wall, you can throw light from this side and you get that very beautiful patterns with the fog, and it's so beautiful. We realized it in the end, and we couldn't do much with it, but then we still got like these 2 pictures. But yeah, you can do stuff with that as well. So the ninth idea is using a magnifying glass, and trust me, it's gonna give this crazy mind-boggling pictures to you. And this was one particular day where I didn't want to put on any makeup on, like, change my outfit also. I was wearing my pajamas, and I was like, you don't need a look to create a good picture. You just need some idea to work around, and this just came off. And we experimented a lot. We used 2 clips to sort of balance the magnifying glass, and in the edit I cropped it really well so that it looks like it's standing on its own. So that's a brilliant idea to work with a magnifying glass, because the farther you take it, it becomes clearer and it sort of inverts your face or like any body part that you're focusing on, which gives you crazy amount of ideas to work. Next one is yarn or thread. I did that, and it looked beautiful, and I could have done so much more. I could have stuck the thread on the camera and sort of captured the little details of the thread. And some of my friends gave me that ideas later on, but then when I posted that picture, it was amazing, and it came out amazing. The edit looked amazing, and there's so many things you can do with the thread. You can tie it around your face and make it look like it's sort of a barrier, and then you can write something about your fears. You can write something about what's holding you back and what you're trying to break through. There's so many spectrum, like there's a wide, so many spectrum. There's a plethora of ideas that you can play around with. The next one is using a kaleidoscope, and if you don't have it, mirrors. So basically, mirrors is a very, very, very cool prop because there's so much you can do with it. So many of my friends have created so many amazing stuff. I'll try to like put their pictures here along with their Instagram. And I didn't have a mirror that could be portable. Like, you know, I have a big ass mirror and I don't have any other small mirrors. So I couldn't take much pictures with like these makeup mirrors. But I had a kaleidoscope which we had made for Yash in like 8th standard using Fevikwik and rectangular pieces of mirror. And this is what the amount, like type of pictures we got, and those are amazing because you get these cool reflections, and you can use your hands and your sort of face to make it look even cooler, weirder, and the weirder the better. So yeah, and that's about it. Those were all the ideas that I have worked with, and go check out my Instagram, and you will see more ideas there. If you recreate any of these pictures, make sure to sort of send it to me or tag me in it. I would love to see it. And if you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next Thursday. It's so weird to ask for this, but anyway, bye bye.